Now, bringing you the very best in New Hampshire-based local music on IPMNation.com and 100.1 The Planet, this is Local Outbreak. We got a couple of other fine people here in studio with us. Get those mics up here. So one of whom has been on the show recently, Caleb Dyer, returns. Hello, Caleb.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back. It is good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you as well.
And you brought with you someone whose music we recently did a world radio premiere for.
Yes, indeed.
Santino DeMonte is here.
Hello.
Now that I know how to say your name correctly, I apologize. I think the day we premiered the song, I was saying DeMonte.
It works down south.
But it's DeMonte.
Perfect.
Yes. So I'm glad we cleared that up because I do try to get everyone's names correctly. I know what it's like to have people struggle with, because my last name is very unusual. So, in fact, in high school, my nickname was Connarton because the first day of school, the teachers, they would, they'd do the roll call and they'd get to my name and they'd all say Connarton. And so all my friends just started calling me that. But,
man,
I got so used to it that even today, if someone mispronounces it, it takes me a second to remember to correct them,
right? Because
I'm so used to it. But we did the world radio premiere for your debut single,
yes,
"Summer in the Sky." Not only your first single as a solo artist, correct, but the inaugural release on Hatchet. I have trouble saying it.
It's a mouthful, Hatchet Axe and Saw. But yes, it was our very first release. We're very proud of it. There's hopefully much more to come from the company, and we poured our heart and soul into it. We finished that tune in 30 days, which was an accelerated schedule for sure.
Yeah.
But we put in just as much time and care and attention as we would any other project.
Yeah.
And it came. I thought it came out excellent. I could hear every element that I wanted to in it. And,
yeah. The production is great.
Thank you.
How involved are you? So you're completely do you engineer the track? And,
so for this particular project with Tino, it was just Santino and myself. I was the principal engineer, and then after we got the tracks, after we recorded everything, we really sat down and we got to putting a mix on it and getting the levels correct, and then through to the mastering process, we did everything in-house. Originally, when the company was founded, we originally thought that we were going to have to kind of outsource some of the mastering, just to make things easier on us. But we purchased some software, and we're imminently going to be probably purchasing some more hardware that will make it even easier for us to do everything in-house. So
that's something I didn't realize. So you mastered this?
Yes, this was. It was actually cooperatively, I would say, mastered by Santino and myself, because he was still involved down to the wire, right to when we finished the tune. Santino was the person who made the final edits. So, yes, I did apply the effectuation, right, the compression and equalization on the main. It was tweaked and it was dealt with by both of us.
Okay, outstanding. And now, what's kind of the plan? Do you have more? Are you just gonna release more singles, or do you have an album or an EP in the works, or what?
I would like to do so. Right now, we have an EP for next spring, probably.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we're gonna spend some time work on that and spend some time this time.
Indeed. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more drawn out. And I don't know exactly how many songs. It was 4 or 5?
It was 5, I believe.
5?
Okay.
5
and one of those songs will be recycling of Summer in the Sky. So it's 4 additional, and then Summer in the Sky will be re-released with the EP collection.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And there might be slight changes, but I don't think very much will change concerning it.
You never know, right?
Yeah, we're going to, obviously, when we release any collection of works, we listen back to each of them to make sure not only there's cohesivity between, each song, but that there's continuity, right? That it feels good listening to it. as if it was an album,
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
and now I understand EPs can be diverse and you don't have to do that, but there is definitely a sort of theme, if you will.
Yeah, yeah, and something too that you and Jesse, when you and Jesse Rutstein were here, you made very clear that with the label Hatchet, Axe, and Saw, I did it. I do. Jenny's heard me trip on it 1,000 times. You're really taking your time, and actually we were talking about it a little bit off air too before the show. You're really committed to making sure that everything's right. It's not just because sometimes people start something like a label or some other endeavor, and they they just kind of throw a lot of stuff against the wall and see what sticks.
Very, very haphazard. This company is certainly not doing that. The first two artists we signed, Santino and then Sarah Bird, who's actually one of Santino's colleagues, played with Santino yesterday with Dog Eat Dog.
Excellent.
And Sarah's tune, I can't wait to release that to the world. It's so musically interesting.
It's really good.
And actually,
it's a great song.
So in the same way where I principally engineered and mixed and assisted with mastering Tino's tune, Jesse is principally working with Bird. So this is kind of, we divide the labor right now kind of in this way. Some of the mixing and mastering on Bird's tune might be me. I don't know exactly what's going to happen right now because they haven't finished tracking everything just yet.
Okay.
But once all is finalized, then we have the discussion of like, okay, how we move forward. And in every instance, the artist is the principal creative director. Of course, this is how it goes. And we have to, as producers, we have to effectuate the artist's intent. So, if I'm brought in to do anything, it's going to be with Bird. It's going to be with her as kind of directing me, guiding me, what she wants on the tune. I've listened to the tune plenty.
Yeah.
But, I can't be her. I can't be in her mind. So I need to, and that's part of doing this, what I consider to be the right way. Where, there are many recording companies and stuff where they will tell the artist like, oh, you need to write something that's saleable. You need to write something that we, feel strong and confident in promoting.
Yeah.
And, we frankly just don't care. We'll, if it's original, if we think it's good, if we think that the musicality is there, we'll produce it.
Yeah.
And, we'll follow your direction. And, I think that is something that is sorely lacking and missing in our musical culture in general.
Yeah.
There, to some degree, once you have enough money, you can buy creative freedom.
Of course.
There's a lot of creative direction that comes in some of these companies. We're entirely antithetical.
Yeah. No, I think that's excellent. Well, I think let's play the track, Summer in the Sky, for anyone who hasn't heard it yet. And of course, this is out on all the streaming platforms and everything. And anything we should know before we play it, anything we should know about the song itself? Santino, do you have anything you want to?
It's a tribute to Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
I love Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something for him. I'm not normally a singer, but I tried it for this one, and we'll see how that goes. But I wanted to just make something for him because he passed away in July, and that's really it. It's just a feel good tune. I don't even know what it's about. It's about summer.
My favorite time of year, so I like
of
it.
Course,
Summer in the Sky. All right, very good. So without further ado, we'll give this a spin, and then we'll come back and talk with these guys some more.
Excellent.
But here it is. This is Summer in the Sky, Santino DeMonte.
For me.
Oh, that is so good. Summer in the Sky.
Thank you.
The debut release from Santino DeMonte, and of course the debut release from Hatchet, Axe, and Saw Records. And we have both Santino and Caleb Dyer from Hatchet, Axe, and Saw. See, now that I can say it, I just want to say it. I just say it all the time.
I know it is a mouthful. But,
No, it's a great name though. I love it. And you and Jesse shared how you came up with the name and everything when you were on, and that was really interesting. But I'm curious about the production of the track, because it's got that, it's got an old school vibe, and as you said, Santino, it's a tribute to Brian Wilson in effect. How hard was it to get, because that's a tricky thing, right? To get that kind of sound and that vibe without screwing it up, because you want to get that sound and that vibe, but you also need to make it sound modern.
In the wise words of SpongeBob, technique.
Yeah.
It's all about technique. And if you know how these things were originally done, you can reverse engineer them.
Okay.
It's pretty much that simple. I will say we did, on some things, we used more modern techniques. So, for example, the drum captures are not recorded in the same way that they would have been recorded back in that time.
Okay.
But that was done deliberately because we wanted to add certain textures and overlay things.
Yeah.
So there were certain things that were not kind of those old techniques, but actually a lot of what we did for the guitars, like the signal chains, a lot of what we did, on the actual mastering of it, the software emulations that we use, because, we are working digitally for the vast majority of everything, with the exception of the actual signal going into the digital path. But
yeah,
even on the digital side, the software emulations that we were using were very much tools or emulations of tools that would be from that era.
Yeah.
And some of them sounded better than others, so we gravitated towards what to our ears felt right.
Yeah.
But really it was technique. That's really just it. If you know how they did it, you can reverse engineer it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the most challenging thing you've done as far as recording?
Oh, no, not even close.
No, really?
No,
okay.
No. Yeah, I mean, as of late, it's more interesting, but I would say the most challenging things to record was some of my own stuff.
Really?
And I mean, none of that's been released, but that's a totally different discussion.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of that was extraordinarily difficult to kind of get what it should sound like. Mm-hmm. Because you know the different techniques available to you, the different sorts of microphones, placement of microphones, all different manners of ways of capturing sound.
Yeah.
And then all of the ways to process sound. And you have to get the right sound, you have to get both of those things correct.
Mm-hmm. So Santino, did you write the song yourself? You
yes,
wrote it?
Yeah.
When you came up with the song, did what ended up being the song, the finished product, did that match what you had in your head, or was it I mean, I imagine it was probably even better, right? But
so kind of, because like I wrote it on piano like months ago, probably in June. And in my head, I'd like, one by one kind of like imagine like what would make sense for it to be there, or like what I imagined it to be there, right?
Yeah.
And for so long, like such a long time of having to be able to sort of like process like what should be there, like when we started recording it, I feel like it just kind of fell in place, and there were elements I think that are different, but a lot of it was just very good.
It was just what are we feeling, or actually what Tino was feeling, because I didn't play a single note on this. Everything that was done was Tino.
Okay, wow.
and which is interesting, because there have been people that I've worked with where I've assisted, I've done things where they're like, hey, play bass on it or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's cool, but I try as much as possible. I want the artist's intent to be effectuated by whatever we're doing.
Yeah, I also think it depends on who comes in with a specific mindset.
Yeah.
Like, would you like the producer to take more charge, or maybe have someone else add some more ideas? And I guess since I had so much time doing nothing else but thinking of the song, it was so specific, and I thought that just doing it myself would give it that specific touch.
He came in with a super clear creative direction, and that made what I was doing easy. Yeah. I mean, truly, it was about, okay, now all I have to do is, on the recording side of it, suggest techniques that will effectuate that intent. He told me coming in, basically it's a tribute to Brian Wilson, his life and his memory and how it affected him musically.
Yeah. And I will say that, not to cut you off, but I just think that the help that you gave me is singing primarily. I think Caleb is a very good coach in vocals. I've learned a lot singing from him.
Yeah.
Whereas I may have had some things a little more like, experience just doing certain things. But like, I think singing has been a big thing that Caleb could help anyone with, So.
I certainly try. My only musical training is on voice and ear.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah.
I never was trained on any of the other instruments, or very briefly piano lessons, but I stopped that when I realized that I knew more musically than the teacher did.
Wow.
Which that is strange. And I tried to find another teacher, and I just was kind of disappointed in ones that I was seeking out.
Yeah.
But with regards to voice and ear, I mean, my first things that I did was doing vocal arrangements.
Yeah.
In high school.
No kidding.
And while I don't really sing very much now, I sing on my own unreleased things. But I don't sing much anymore in any of the groups I'm in, except for maybe some backups. But yeah, I encourage, if vocalists are coming in and doing work with us, I can certainly. And I'm not going to be pushy, but some things are universal in a recorded context. Like, you need to enunciate, clear things, unless you want to slur your lyrics. And
right. Yeah.
But anyhow, I love working with certainly Santino and anyone else who's coming in to do work with us, and guide them through the process of, here's how we get the sound, right? Because you're creating the sound, but to get it to sound like you want on a record, it requires a whole separate set of science.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I think a lot of gigging musicians kind of miss.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. I'm curious too, Santino, about, tell us a little bit more about your affinity for Brian Wilson, and is he
Gladly.
Is he your biggest influence, or is he?
Yeah. I love Jimmy Page.
Okay.
Led Zeppelin guy, and Jimmy Hendrix too.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, fellow left-handed guy, I appreciate Hendrix very much.
That's
man.
right.
But in my last couple of years, I think I've really been taken aback almost by Brian Wilson and just his capability as a just all around musician, I guess, and arranger, composer, things like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I never heard anything, like it before. A lot of people know the Beach Boys for kind of the surf rock thing, but there's really, really complex arrangements that he's done.
Oh yeah, especially like if you listen to Pet Sounds.
Pet Sounds.
Speaking
Smile,
of vocal arrangements, Speaking of vocal arrangements, I mean, I've said this for some time, and I can't take credit. I don't know who can take credit for saying this first, but the Beach Boys weren't so much a surf rock group as they were like a barbershop quartet.
That's true.
With a rock band behind them. And it, that stuff is magical. I mean, very few people are trying to do anything like that anymore. And when Santino came with this project and he's like, I want to do some crazy vocal stacks.
Yeah.
As of someone who, comes from a vocal arranging background, and I didn't even have to arrange it, right? I didn't even have to do any of it.
Great.
He just comes in there and he hears all the notes in the harmonic series that he wants to hit, and he's just like, all right, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a fun time. It's fun more than anything, But to put something out there, it means a lot. So I'm appreciative. For sure.
Had you ever done anything like this before? Because obviously, you've done other projects, and in a minute we'll talk about the other the band that you guys have together. But had you ever done anything like that before that really kind of serves as such a fantastic tribute to Brian Wilson? Yeah,
thank you. I've written tunes, for this purpose, or I guess in that regard. But this is the first time that I've recorded it. With a good friend of mine in a good studio. I think I've recorded a billion demos and stuff, things like that.
Even demos with me a year
ago.
True. We have some songs together. One of them I think is going to get resurrected as a song for Krankenwagen pretty soon. One tune called "The Fugitive."
Okay.
Which I think is going to eventually appear on a concept album that Paul Fry is dreaming up in his head.
Oh, no kidding.
It's a collective effort, but it's definitely mostly his creative vision in terms of the story.
Okay.
And we're just following that intent because we think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
We actually just did a show yesterday at Wormtown out in Greenfield, Mass. We played the set and it was space themed. and the theme of the
just to clarify, this was as Krankenwagen.
Yes, this was as Krankenwagen, where I play organ for the listeners out there. I play organ and occasionally some electric piano and stuff. And Mr. Santino DeMonte plays percussion and drums, and Paul Fry's the guitar. And we had Nick Vertruba from Bass Sabbath, which I'm wearing their shirt for all the people watching out there. Wearing Bass Sabbath. He's in a very nice tribute band, but he played bass with us yesterday, and it was fantastic.
Wow!
I hope he does more with us. But even if it was just a one-off, it was still an excellent gig.
Yeah,
still a great gig.
I'm curious to know more about it because I haven't actually heard Krankenwagen, so I'm curious just to know more about it. What is it?
It's a good fusion of like rock, and some progressive elements too.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So it mixes. I think it blends like maybe simpler rock and roll with like a good, interesting sort of different flair. And you're really a big part of the music in that, so I think you could even attest to more of that.
Sure.
I think.
In my view. And Paul has his own influences that he brings to the table, but in my view, the influences that I'm bringing are sort of that 70s progressive rock, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Of course, I'm a massive Keith Emerson fan.
Yeah.
Yesterday we covered a Deep Purple tune. We covered Space Truckin'.
Nice.
Which was heavy, man. Yeah. Absolutely heavy.
Yeah.
I'm a massive John Lord fan. Yesterday at the gig, I wore a Boston shirt. Tom Schultz is another musical hero of mine on the organ.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you listen to that music, if you listen to all of that in the way that the organ drives it and is central to the rock and roll and the classical elements even. Yesterday, we opened up the show with Sonnenaufgang by Richard Strauss. We opened up a rock show with a classical piece, right?
Yeah.
And you don't hear that in like I've literally in the last decade I've not heard another band doing something musically ambitious like that. And then the way that we plan transitions between songs and everything else we do is original. We usually throw in one cover for the people.
Yeah.
But everything else we do is original. And I mean, we play with the time signatures. We, even do some tempo play as well, where we kind of will drag things and be a little bit timey-wimey, but it's all deliberate. It's not like it was not meant to be there. It's very, very meticulously placed.
Okay.
And that I think is what separates that musical group from a lot of other ones that you'll hear. It's very deliberate, very composed.
Now, how long has Krankenwagen been around? How long have you guys been?
Only about a year. Okay. I mean, a little over a year, but it's had various forms, and I'd actually like to show appreciation to some of the past members, because I mean they did excellent things with it, and it's just continued on. But the original drummer was Cam Clark, and he's a fantastic drummer. He's continuing to do other things. Now I'm not exactly sure what he's up to, but Cam Clark was with us, and then for a period of time earlier this year, we had Chris Drew play a number of gigs. He's the bass player in Dog Ate Dog, which of course it's a natural flow over for him to be playing with us. Then we did a 3-piece gig where it was just me left-handing the bass.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, that's the cool dynamic thing about the wagon is that, we can play a gig as a 3-piece with no bass player, or we can add a bass player and have all of this texture.
Wow.
And, we can do whatever we want to do musically.
Really cool. Yeah.
And that sort of creative liberty is, I think it's getting much more rare. I think a lot of musicians put themselves into a box they don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
I think they think that, these odd time signatures, these different, ways to feel music and to convey emotion with music. I think they feel almost like, it's too wacky, it's too scary and like different. Yeah. And like, what if we don't execute it right? And, what if it doesn't? And, all of these things exist within musicians' heads. They just need to fight and overpower it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, Krankenwagen is that.
Yeah.
It is fearless.
Yeah.
Absolutely fearless. We'll have like a nice rock and groovy section one time, and then all of a sudden we'll break into 5, or we'll break into 7/8, or or we'll insert a random measure of 9/8 just because we can.
Yeah.
In an already an odd time sequence.
Yeah.
And Tino knows exactly what I'm referencing because he was the one.
Yes.
But we play with every element of the music that we can make it interesting and something that the listener just doesn't expect.
Sure.
And that's what I value in musical compositions, and I know Santino does as well.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. And then what's the plan as far as recording?
Well,
hopefully pretty soon.
Yeah.
You might know more than I do actually at this point.
Kind of, sort of. I mean, but we've spoken about it down there. So we have our nice little whiteboard with our plans, our evil plans.
Yes.
But anyhow, so coming soon is going to be an EP. Okay. I believe it's going to be 6 songs. It's going to contain our self-titled track Krankenwagen. And it will have, a few other morsels of things that people who have seen us live have already kind of gotten to know.
Yeah.
But that's going to be mostly things that we wrote in the very beginning.
Okay.
And some one thing I think that was written a little bit later, but most of it is original sort of Krankenwagen, the founding, the genesis of the band, Paul Fry, mostly his direction and writing in those songs. And then once we complete that, once we put that out, then we'll set work on the concept album that was aforementioned that is mostly driven by Paul's creative direction in terms of the story.
Okay.
But musically, I would say this is where Santino and I sort of start to get more aggressive in terms of how we color the ideas of Mr. Fry.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
Interesting.
And some of the writing is Zappa-esque. Some of it is Emerson, Keith Emerson, Lake and Palmer-esque. Mm-hmm. And then some of it is more in the vein of Paul Fry and the, obscure 80s kind of Poland vibe that he is going for.
Yeah.
And the name Krankenwagen kind of comes for an affinity from this post-World War II sort of Cold War music from the Eastern Bloc and even actually parts of Western Europe as well, where it was unique, like not droning music, but music that was born of the despair of living in a place that was impoverished, oppressed, where, people didn't have creative freedom really. It was, if you had it, it was underground and it was not easy to share.
Yeah.
And that I think inspires all of us, all 3 of us in the band, to varying degrees. But the idea that we use this band as a vehicle for exactly what we want to put out into the world. Mm-hmm. And that no one's going to tell us how we should do it.
Yeah.
And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
But it is definitely, it's not your stereotypical standard straight up rock and roll. It's very out there.
Right. Yeah. How often does Krankenwagen play? Do you guys play a lot? You do a lot of shows?
Fairly infrequently.
Really?
And that's deliberate. We're trying to, what we do when we play live, we're trying to theme our sets. So the last several shows we've had different themes that we've stuck to.
Oh, okay.
So when the last show we did prior to this, it was Jurassic Park themed.
Oh, wow.
And we did the motif. We played the John Williams motif.
Yeah.
In 3 different keys throughout the set so that we would transition seamlessly into other songs. Mm-hmm. But we did that John Williams motif. And that, again, like rock bands that will just put John Williams into their sets. Like that, it just, you don't hear about that.
Right.
It doesn't happen.
Right.
And we just do it because we can. Because musically, we all have the ability. And we think it serves the songs, it serves the set.
Yeah.
And delivers a creative and interesting product to the people who are there in the audience. And we don't want to we don't want to be delivering just sets where it's like stopping in between every song and we're like leaving dead air.
Yeah.
We want to be really making people surprised. It's like, oh, they went into that song immediately? Like, what? How did they even do that?
Yeah.
And we want to create that magic. And to do that, we need more time in between shows. We need to be able to construct the sets, really meticulously get them where we want them to be. And it's the same with recording.
Yeah.
It's like, Santino's well aware of this. Led Zeppelin as a band. And I would argue that a lot of it is much more musically simple, especially the earliest stuff. But But there was a lot of the stuff from Led Zeppelin that they took a long time in between to really get what they wanted for a musical idea right and feeling the way that they want to convey that emotion.
Yeah.
And that is so important when you're doing something that is musically intricate.
Yeah.
But
yeah. No, that's really interesting too, the concept of, making every show have a theme and have it be different, because I can't think of anyone who really does that.
Yeah, there's
off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody.
Yeah, there are some bands that do themed shows and things like that, and bands that will dress up in costume to do a theme.
Sure.
Where maybe the show itself, the music itself, is not themed, but but just the idea. I forget when it was when we kind of started doing that, but it was earlier this year for sure. It was at the beginning of this year, and I think Paul just suggested like, hey, let's do this theme for Strange Creek, and we just dressed up that way. We didn't really do much musically.
Yeah.
I guess we put "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" as an intro for our first song called "America's Pastime."
Oh, okay.
which is a little bit of a play on words.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so we do things like that where we inject interesting ideas, and we try to make the listener and the person who's in the audience think a little bit more about the music, because we've thought a lot about the music.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. When is the next Krankenwagen show? Do you have?
Yeah,
do you have something coming up?
So the wagon is coming to. I think we're playing October 10th and 11th. I think 10th is in Rhode Island. I forget the exact venue. Sorry to the listeners. October 11th though is at Ralph's Rockin' Diner out in Worcester, and I believe we're going to be playing with Bass Sabbath. That show is actually not going to be super themed. However, we are going to be doing some of the music of Pink Floyd.
Okay.
One of the covers we used to do, which we've kind of left out of recent sets, was Syd Barrett era Floyd. We did what was the name of that tune?
It went I forget the name.
Oh my God.
Something cat. Something about a cat.
No. Yeah, that's the lyric.
We did a Pink Floyd song once.
Yeah, it's an F sharp. Oh, what the heck? I know all the notes.
Yeah.
Something about like a devil. No, I forget what the name of it is.
It'll come to you when you're not thinking
about
it.
I know, right?
Come
Exactly.
later on.
I can't believe I can't even quote the song that I can play every note. Lucifer Sam. Yes.
Okay.
Lucifer Sam. Yes.
Okay.
Early Syd Barrett era Floyd. So we're probably going to reincorporate that along with some other Pink Floyd classics that you know well.
Okay.
But so that show is a little bit of a one-off where we're doing more covers than we would normally do.
Yeah.
But we will still play originals, and the focus is always on the originals.
Yeah.
So
Excellent. Yeah. And what about playing "Summer in the Sky" out? Have you had a chance to play that out live, or what's our plans to? Or
I haven't thought about that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would like to assemble a band sometime next year and maybe do some stuff like that. But for now, I'm just really enjoying the recording of it and making sure it's a good polished thing. And in time, I think it's totally possible.
Yeah,
there's a lot of elements on that, and to do it live without horns or strings would be very difficult.
I think it's possible, but definitely something to plan out, and
it'd be hard to I mean, if pressed, you could pull out an acoustic guitar,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
But
that's a good point,
to do the harmony vocal stacks on it, and to really get the feel of
to
that
do it
song
justice.
Live.
I think getting a band together to do it somewhat justice is totally possible, even without things like vocal stacks or strings or horns or whatever. But it's finding the groove of it and finding everyone's place in it. So. Yeah, totally something that could happen for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we certainly know people who are musically good enough to make that happen.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, the time goes quickly, guys, and I do want to play. I think we're going to play that song once more to end the segment.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What is there anything? You guys got a lot going on. I do want to make sure though. Is there anything coming up that you want to mention that we didn't talk about, or?
Well, I will say if you're local to New Hampshire and you want to come see me tomorrow, I'm going to be in Milford, New Hampshire, doing a blues jam, something totally different.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Open to everyone. I do that with Craig Thomas, the second Sunday of every month out at Riley's place in Milford.
Okay.
And it's a fantastic jam. You can pretty much come and play anything, though it is more blues focused.
Yeah.
And I would love to see people there and play with you, because I love meeting all kinds of local musicians, especially people who are passionate about crazy and wild music.
Yeah.
But yeah, come on out, have some fun. That's me. I know Tino's got his own schedule, so.
Yeah, after yesterday, the show we played, we were talking about earlier, we're finally getting a nice break. So as of now, I can't think of anything coming up, so I get to maybe sleep a little bit or record some more. So
yeah.
But maybe I'll check out that blues jam that Caleb's doing too.
You know what's funny as an aside about Milford?
Yeah.
So Milford, for people listening online from other parts of the country, Milford, New Hampshire, it's just this town. It's not like a big metropolitan area, right? It's just a small town in New Hampshire. But for whatever reason, like Milford comes up on the show all the time. and it sounds like there's just a lot going on.
There's
musically
so much,
in Milford. It's so weird.
There's so many places in that town that have live music, and it's because the people in and around that little kind of part of that valley, Sauhegan Valley, they love local music.
Yeah.
And they love all kinds of different stuff. But I will say they do have a proclivity to blues. No question.
Yeah.
The age and the demographic, there's a lot for blues musicians there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, for just about everything, they have so much diversity.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you don't expect it. But yeah, Milford comes up all the time on the show. Caleb, where is the best place for people to go online to keep up with everything that Hatchet, Axe, and Saw Records is doing?
Hatchet, Axe, and Saw is on Facebook. We do not yet have a website, but you can find us on Facebook, Hatchet, Axe, and Saw Records, and I believe we're getting some other socials set up. We're a little bit slacking on the socials, but we're not slacking on the music.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Santino, where should people go? Well, the single, of course, is on all the platforms, right? All the streaming platforms, Summer in the Sky. Where else should people go to keep up with everything that you're doing?
I have a Facebook page, Instagram page, just my name. The basic old things for sure.
You want to spell your last name for people who don't?
Yes, DEMonte.
Very good. And now I know how to say it correctly. Guys, this has been wonderful. Thank you both so much.
Thank you for having us. It's been great.
Absolutely. We'll definitely do this again in the future. And I think, too, we're gonna see Caleb on the podcast version of the show at some point in the near future, too. But we will end this segment with this. We're going to play this again, Summer in the Sky, the debut single from Santino DeMonte as a solo artist on Hatchet, Axe, and Saw Records. So this is really good. If you missed it earlier, we're going to play this again. This is Santino DeMonte. bringing you the very best in New Hampshire-based local music on IPMNation.com and 100.1 The Planet. This is Local Outbreak. Next, we have the brand new single from Dead by Wednesday. You heard it here first. This is called Flesh.
This is a king of emergency!
next, it's the world radio premiere of the new single from Peter the Photographer. This is called Papa.
Oh no, Papa, looks like we made a mess of it all. We have to be ready for anything when we walk out the door. Was it all worth it? All the sacrifices you made? Did we let you down again? Or is this what you wanted? Oh no, Papa, now nobody knows what they're supposed to believe. 'Cause everyone is indoctrinated and diseased. And you told your daughter, go ahead, the water's fine. But you never knew about their bottom line.